Roy Gerhardt from Galloway United Methodist Church in Franklin, Pennsylvania, sharing a few words of encouragement to help us follow after Jesus. Well, hey, I've got my buddy Benny back again today. Some people just like to call him Bones because he is a bit of a bony character. But you know, he's here today because Bones here, he has played a starring role in a production about the scripture we've focused on this week, Ezekiel 37. This is where Ezekiel is sent in a vision to preach to a valley that is covered with dried bones. And as he preaches to them, the bones come back together and form a skeleton that then grows meat and flesh on it, and then God breathes into it life. And so all of these bones become alive as a living army. Well, this is all about the powerlessness that God's people were facing in those days and how God was responding to that powerlessness. You see, when the Lord explained what was going on to Ezekiel, he said, the people are saying, our bones are all dried up. We have lost hope. You see, they were living in exile and they felt completely powerless and hopeless. And that's what they describe in the terms of saying, our bones are dried up. We have no muscle, no strength, nothing holding us together. We are powerless to act, and we're hopeless. But God was giving them hope, and he was letting them know that he was acting on their behalf, that he gave them hope to say, I'm with you. And he left them with a promise that he would bring them back together. He said, I'm going to put your life back together again. You may feel like scattered, dried bones, but I will put your life back together again and bring you back home. And I will put my spirit in you. He said, I'm going to put my spirit in you because you're going to live a whole new life in my power and strength. And so that God was giving them a promise that would give them hope. And hope is the beginning of being able to have power to live and to act. And not only that, the Lord was promising to bring them back together. That he wasn't just doing this on an individual level. He's saying, I am going to bring all of you back. You're going to come back home and I will reconstitute you as a nation. I will bring you back together again as a people. And this is the second thing that God does in giving to us strength, bringing power to the powerless. Over and over again, the Lord told his people, you're together to take care of each other. And repeatedly, God gave them instructions to care for the orphans and widows among them. These are the most powerless people in the world. And God said, you have to take care of them. You cannot leave them without anyone to look out for them. God gives to us hope and empowers us in life by bringing us together and saying, it's time that we do something. And we means we, all of us, that we are supposed to do something together to be able to add strength and be a blessing to those around us. The other thing that God speaks to us about in Scripture is his power that is overcoming sin. Because God is not just trying to deal with short-term problems and temporary answers. He is dealing with the problem, the mother of all problems, our sin. Sin is the thing that produces so much death, destruction, and mayhem in this world and in our own lives. Sin is a thing that leaves us powerless in our lives over and over again. Heavens, we will do the wrong thing even when we know better. Even if we've done it before and we've seen how awful the consequences are, we will still repeat it. That's how powerless we can be in facing sin. But Romans 5:6 says that while at just the right time, while we were still powerless, Christ died for our sin. It says that seldom does anyone want to die for a righteous person. Maybe they would be willing to die for somebody who does a lot of good. But Jesus shows us his love in this, that while we were yet sinners, he died for us. He is doing this to give us the power to overcome sin, that we can be forgiven, and that he would put his spirit in us so that we could be empowered to live a new life, one in which we can have the love of Christ, his mercy in us to care for one another, and to bring a whole new impact of his power into this world. We're not powerless in the power of Christ. May God bless you today, and as you share his good news, may God make you a blessing wherever he takes you.